Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience. Remember, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. Lifestyle is our medicine. The choices we make today will determine the kind of health we're going to have. So it's about the choices that we make every single day. We choose that, okay? And on this show, we want to help you. We want to help you live your potential and become the best version of you. And it comes down to the choices. Our health is just a vehicle to take us where we want to go. So if you want to be better for your kids or your grandkids or your work or your business or your church or your community or whatever it might be, then our health is that vehicle that gives us the energy and the vitality and the capability to be able to influence and help and motivate and inspire and help others become better in their world. So that's the big key with all of this, is to help, more than anything, people be encouraged and to become better. So this show, it's all about that. Your health is your greatest wealth, and what we do with our health is our gift of giving back every single time. Mental health issues in childhood are linked to adult woes, they say. So Duke University has done a study, and researchers found that children with mental health issues like depression, anxiety, or other behavioral issues were 6 times more likely than those with no psychiatric issues to have difficulties in adulthood. The later struggles included addiction, early pregnancy, criminal charges, difficulty getting and keeping jobs, education failures, housing instability. The study author said, even children with mild or passing episodes of psychiatric issues were at increased risk, according to an article in the Journal of the American Medical Association with Psychiatry. While the study found the association between poor mental health in childhood and problems later in life, it did not prove a cause and effect link, they said. So with 1,400 participants in 11 of the North Carolina counties who were followed, they always did this study all the way into their 30s. And during childhood, about 26% of the participants met the criteria for depression. So among those diagnosed with psychiatric disorders in childhood, more than 59% had a serious challenge in adulthood, and about 34% had numerous. One thing they did know and did cite in this, which I think is important, is that we do have tools to address these. They said the findings show the great need to treat mental health issues early, but only about 40% of children with diagnosed psychiatric disorders actually receive treatment. The big issue, they said, with mental health in the United States is that most children don't get treatment, and those who do get what we would consider optimal care. So problems go on much longer than they need to and cost much more than they should, both money and with damaged lives. Big deal. It really is. Mental health is becoming a big, and it's always been big. I just think we're discussing it more now, which I'm glad. We're having more conversations about it, and we need to, because it needs to be corrected. It needs to be handled. And there needs to be solutions for every age group, and for people to know that it's okay that if you struggle with that. I mean, let us know if you struggle with it. Always let us know. Email us, call us. If you want me to answer questions that's not part of the show because you're embarrassed, it's cool. I get that. So just let us know. But I'm just glad it's more of the conversation now than it used to be. Because until you tackle your mind, you're not going to tackle anything else. Like the mind controls everything. The way we think. The Bible says, in every other book that's ever been written of any philosophy or whatever, says that as a person thinks in their life, in their mind, in their heart, so they are. As a person thinks, so they become. Our thought process is huge to who we are and who we become. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Lines are open. Give us a call. Go to the website. Go to AsaRx.com. Let's get on the phone and go to Skylar. Hi, Skylar.
My problem is I have numbness in the bottom of my feet. I have had a test done. I am not diabetic. I've had nerve tests done also, and they have determined that I have neuropathy. However, I don't have any pain or anything. It just feels like the bottom of my feet are numb, like cardboard or something. Also, just as past history, in 2006, I had a stroke because I had AFib. But at that time, also in 2006, I had an ablation done. My AFib has disappeared. The stroke just left some numbness in my fingers, and my lip I sometimes bite. But otherwise, no problem whatsoever. The ablation cured the AFib. I'm on no medication whatsoever, except I do have degenerative arthritis. And so I am on just like extra strength Tylenol, arthritis strength Tylenol, that I take whenever I do have a lot of pain.
So several things are going on that need to be handled and looked at. It really comes down to your core habits. So even though, like, for example, the foot issue, the neuropathy, it's not diabetes related, right? They've already checked that, which I would go a little bit deeper and I would have some other tests done to see if there is a blood sugar component that's just not showing up, because sometimes that can happen. But if it's not, and it's for sure, then usually it's heavy amounts of stress. The adrenal glands get worn out, and as they wear down, it wears down a B vitamin. And again, we don't get enough of the B vitamins in our foods. We just don't. And there's a specific B vitamin that can lead to neuropathy and in the feet. So, well, there's two actually. There's one called vitamin B5, which is pantothenic acid or panathine. And the other one is there's B6. But see, everybody just says, oh, it's B6. But there's different versions and different molecules of B6. So the one that handles more of this area is pyridoxine or pyridoxamine. Okay, it's a version of B6 that is super beneficial in a neuropathy type situation. So it can help the body in a great way. So I would look and get some testing done to figure out what those levels are with you, and that's really one of the big keys. Now, inflammation is kind of an overriding piece that needs to be looked at. So don't forget that. The inflammation's a big piece in this. And with inflammation, it all starts in the gut, right? So you hear me talk about that a lot. So your foundation is what you eat every day. So if you're not getting if your gut is not healthy and you're not absorbing nutrients and foods like you need to, then you're not getting enough of the nutrients, where it's from vegetables or whatever your sources are, and you're not getting the B vitamins like I was just talking about, then your body doesn't have the raw materials to do what it needs to do, so it can't support any of these different areas, including the nerves and everything else, so it can't function the way it needs to, right? So that's what we have to look at. We have to look at, can the body function and can it support what it needs to? That's the key. So that's the anti-inflammatory diet. It's in my book. By the way, you can get my book for free. Just go online, go to myfreehealthbook.com, myfreehealthbook.com. Pick up my book for free. All you got to do is cover the shipping. I pay for the book. I send it to you. And it's got a great plan in there to get started with, okay? Keep me posted on everything that you're doing. But that's your starting point has to come from your eating. And then you want to get a provider to guide you in the nutritional process. Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to AsaRx.com and get your free book today.
To find out more, connect with On Call Radio online at InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the show, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website. You can get to AsaRx.com. This show is all about you. Did you know that? We want to help you live your potential and help you become the best version of you. That's what this whole thing's about. Healthy University is if you haven't done Healthy University, I'm telling you right now, that is the sweet spot. That's the bread and butter. That's what takes you from where you are to where you need to be. Healthy University is our system that will teach you everything you need to know about your health. You go through it, you graduate from it. It is really our sweet spot to help people go to the next level with their health and life. Hey, if you want to be healthier, but you want to understand what it takes to be successful with your health, the habits that it takes, because it's habits. These are all habits to become more of who you are and more of who you were designed to be. And it comes with habits. Health is not just something that just happens, right? Health is intentional, and it's intentional with everything that we do every single day. Our choices matter. They make a difference. And our health really depends on the choices that we make every day. One of the big keys I've been jumping on, a wagon I'm on, is to help eradicate diabetes. It's one of the leading health challenges outside of heart disease and cancer. It's like the next one that's just really wreaking havoc across the world, not just in America. And we've got to do something to stop it. So there's so many people that are undiagnosed. They need help, and we've got to come up with a good plan and prevention and program to be able to do that. I'm working with a great organization right now called The Root Cause, and we've got a kind of a global initiative that we're working on to create screening processes all around the country and in other countries as well as the United States. So you'll hear more about that. You'll definitely see more about it on the web with me for sure. So let's talk about diabetes. I want to get into a couple things and the do's and the don'ts of diabetes. So I'll give you 7 of them. All right. Because there's a lot of things that people don't know about diabetes, but you need to know. So number 1 is you want to say bye-bye to some of the diets out there. The big, hey, diabetes friendly diet that's really still junk food, but they just change out the ingredients, but it's still processed food. You really want to be careful with that. Go with a whole food-based plan like the anti-inflammatory diet. Remember, if man touches it, man messes with it. It's probably not that great when it comes to food. The way God originally designed food is probably the best way to go, okay? More than likely, that's probably a good way to go. So, again, portion sizes are important, but it's about balance. So equal amounts of lean protein sources like chicken, fish, beef, or eggs, low glycemic carbohydrates in the form of fruits and vegetables, and then good healthy fats, almonds, walnuts, cashews, avocados. All that can be a big factor in what your body needs. Giving your body what it needs, that's the key when it comes to your eating. Okay, now let's talk about fat for just a minute. Here's the other do and the don't. So a lot of people think fat is bad. Fat causes fat. Fat can make you fat, and fat's bad, but it's not. So if you want to lose weight, you actually have to eat fat. Yep, I just said that. I did. So carbohydrates contain fewer calories than fats, but you need the fats because the fats trigger certain hormonal responses in the body that we need to be able to function well. So you really want to get enough of the fat grams in the system from good healthy sources, almonds, walnuts, avocados, macadamia nuts, all of that. And what happens is when you eat a protein and a fat together, even if you have a carbohydrate like a sweet potato, it's not going to cause the blood sugar to rise as much because the fat and the protein buffer how much the blood sugar is going to rise. So you always want to have an equal balance in that, and you'll do much, much better. Now, the made for diabetes foods I'm not a big fan. All right. So if that's your company, that's cool. I'm just not into it because you're making everything, a lot of times they make everything taste good, but they're still adding artificial sweeteners and whatnot to it that still trigger the same insulin kind of response in the body. We know that. So again, go back to whole foods, whole food, natural, organic foods in the way they were originally designed is the best way to go. It really is. More than anything. I mean, if you have diabetes, and really if you have anything going on, I mean, if you want to avoid anything, your whole food eating track is the best way to do it. No doubt about it. It's the better way to go all the way around. Find an activity, too, that suits you, that fits you. So whether you want to be a bit more active to start with or you have a formal exercise routine that you like, you have a group exercise thing that you like to do, whatever. YMCAs are great. They've got some really good fitness classes now. And of course, you can find other places like Orange Theory Fitness. I mean, there's some really cool Iron Tribe. There's some great places out there. Fit Body Boot Camp. Good friend of mine owns that. It's one of those, just get something that you enjoy and that you'll be consistent with. Like, I don't care what it is. Like for me, I don't like classes. For me, I like to be by myself in the gym with my headphones on, and I don't want to be talked to. I want to be left alone, and I want to do my thing. Like that is my deal. That is my anchor. It's my form of sanctuary. That is my time. So I do that on my own, nobody around. That's it. So I don't like a training partner. I don't do any of that. So that's my thing. So some people love the class. They like to go in and socialize and get on the bike and ride with 18 people. That's cool. Do what you like to do, but find something you do that you'll be consistent at. The consistency is what the key is. That's where the key. So the other thing is keep track of your medicine and supplies. Don't ever get off track with your medicine. Whatever your doctor has you on, stay on it, and then work your way out of it. So work your way in your lifestyle so much that you don't need the medicine eventually, and they'll take you off that. So know that you're the most important member of your medical team too. Like, stay on top of who you are, right? So stay on top of what you know. Be in charge of your health. Be on top of the numbers. Don't just rely on everybody else. Do your research. Know that you're an integral part of the team. You're not just showing up like some patient piece of meat and everybody's telling you what to do. Like, you don't live like that, okay? You need to be a part of this team as well. Like, you need to be a part of the game as well. And that's just where you need to be. So step up your game, be a part of it, and make it happen. And that's the key to overall success and overall health in that. So diabetes is something that can be overcome. Just so you know, it's one of the number one health challenges that if you get diagnosed, you can get undiagnosed. Like, type 2 diabetes is so much like that. It can be undone. So I want to encourage you, if you've been diagnosed, all you got to do is start getting your lifestyle in order, make some really good habits, and you will be rocking and rolling. So be encouraged that diabetes is something that you definitely can overcome. 888-283-7272. If you haven't got a free copy of our book, go to myfreehealthbook.com. myfreehealthbook.com. We'll send you a free copy of the hardback book, and all you got to do is cover the shipping. This is AsaRx. Are you ready to chow? It's time for Keto Chow. When it comes to eating healthy, the keto diet has become one of the nutrition leaders in optimizing health, losing unwanted weight, and reaching your health and wellness goals. No extravagant cooking, no long kitchen cleanup, and most importantly, especially for me, it's convenient. Just put quality Keto Chow powder in a bottle, add some heavy whipping cream or your favorite fat, a little water, and boom, shake it up and you're ready to chow. Keto Chow tastes amazing. So make Keto Chow easy for you and your family today with Keto Chow. Let's go chow. Visit Keto Chow online at ketochow.xyz. That's ketochow.xyz.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the show, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. What are you struggling with? Let's talk about it. Your health, your life. Remember, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. Lifestyle is the medicine. So the choices that we make every single day, they matter. We want to help you become the best version of you here. So AsaRx, that's what it's about. Living your potential and becoming the best version of you. That's the key. All right, so let's jump in on the phones in just a minute. I want to talk about having a healthy relationship with exercise, because I think many times we don't. I think it's the one area that our providers that work with people, they struggle with it the most, because it's the one thing you can't handhold somebody in. You can tell them, hey, you need to exercise here, there, and everywhere. But if you're not with them, sometimes the motivation level can be a little bit challenging. So that's one piece that we really really focus in on. So I want to talk about that in just a moment. First, I want to get over to the phones. I see you guys waiting there. Let's go to Allison first. Hi, Allison.
My daughter has cancer. They found a lump in her breast, but it's not breast cancer. It's lymphoma cancer, and she's in the 4th stage, but she doesn't want to have chemotherapy or radiation. So I just wanted to know what she needed to do as far as not taking medicine or anything. I mean, not taking the radiation or the chemotherapy. She wanted to do it natural.
Yeah, whenever that happens, I just have to tell you this. Like, I am a big fan. There are places she can go. If she wants to go that route, she can go. There's some clinics in Mexico, right over the line outside of San Diego. And there's some great clinics in Europe. There's even one down in South Florida, close to where we are, that could be very helpful. But here's the thing, and I respect that, because with my background in a lot of the natural-based treatments and complementary-based, having 2 other doctorates in that, I respect it because I understand the mindset behind it, okay? It's just that when she's in a place like that, I'm just a big fan, no matter what, of having a good oncologist on board or an oncology team and looking at treatment options. If she doesn't want to go the traditional route, I get it. But at least have I hope she keeps a good team that will monitor her regardless. And if she wants to do the natural things, look, her eating habits and all that strategies are going to be very important. Her routine every day, her mindset and her lifestyle routine will become the basis for her health. That's what's going to help provide the greatest stability for her. And that's what she needs to focus in on more than anything is to have that, build that, and make that happen. So I would encourage you more than anything to encourage her. I guess stand in and be her cheerleader along the way and really make that happen. So I would encourage you to do that. But get with those. You're going to need to take her to a clinic that does all the alternative methods, because it's not me just sitting here going, okay, have her drink 3 green smoothies a day and that's going to be awesome. I mean, this is lymphoma. I mean, it's a big deal. Okay. It's not that simple. She needs to be under direct guidance with a team of physicians that they work with her day in and day out and have got a strategic game plan together, because that's serious and you need that. And you need them combined with an oncology team that is, everybody's on the same team. Like, you need to get everybody on the same page. And if they're not, everybody needs to respect each other enough to get close to the same page for her sake and not have a bunch of drama. So that's my biggest take, is to get started and get a good natural team around her that she can feel confident in, that will walk with her during the process, because she's going to need that. Okay. Keep me posted on how that goes. Thanks for the call. 888-283-7272. You're listening to AsaRx. Give us a call or go to the website, go to AsaRx.com. 9 habits that people have when they have a healthy relationship to exercise. Okay. So much like thinking carefully about food, there are people that think about their exercise, and that's a good thing. So people with healthy relationships, they did a study at Ohio State University Sports Medicine Center in the sports psychology section. And they said balanced exercise finds middle ground for many people. And I think so. I believe that. So people with healthy relationships to exercise know the difference between a good burn and a true pain. So you hear so much about the no pain, no gain attitude and no days off and all that. Well, there's some truth to that, but I think we can really redefine what pain is. You feel like you've worked out hard, but you get fatigued, and there's that second day soreness. That's fine. But feeling discomfort in your joints where there's actual pain can be serious. And that's when your body's telling you, hey, you might need to back down just a little bit. Might need to take some rest days a little bit. Give the body a break just a little bit more. So when it turns to pain and exhausted, they know it's time to skip a sweat session. It's the same as chocolate cake. So chocolate cake's great. It's delicious. And you want to have another piece, but you know it's not good for you. So you need to stop eating it like now. No matter how much you love working out, there's such a thing as too much exercise. And people with the healthiest relationship to exercise really enjoy the off days. I mean, that is the truth. You got to schedule off days and have what we call days off. Like, I tell people, like, it's like, you are working out today. I'm like, no, it's my off day. I kind of look at you like it's funny. Like, most people just have a bunch of off days and they struggle to get in a couple of workout days. But it's like, I would work out 24/7. I just don't let myself, because I know I have to rest and recover. And the rest and recovery is just as important as the workouts themselves. It's like, if you don't rest and recover, your workouts are just going to be awful. And you're going to break your body down, because exercise breaks your body down anyway. It doesn't build it up. Everybody thinks you build muscle. You don't. You tear it all down, and then nutrition and the rest builds it up. Okay? That's the opposite of what people think. So taking rest days means you have a healthy relationship with exercise. Being planned with your rest days, it's a big deal. So people that have a good relationship with exercise too, they don't exercise to eat. They eat to exercise. That's a big difference. So have you ever seen, and I hear this a lot, you'll see women that love junk food. So they'll go run an hour on the treadmill every day and then go pound donuts and all this comfort food. And they do all that exercise so they can eat the comfort food. But the reality is, it's not the way to think. You want to get your fuel So you want to eat calories and proteins and fats and carbohydrates because you want to have good workouts, because you want to fuel your body in a way where it can thrive and really do well. So that's got to be a kind of a foundational piece for you. You've got to have that kind of mindset so that when you're doing this, that you'll get in the right kind of mental space with where you are. Otherwise, you're going to you'll do that. You'll eat whatever and you'll exercise because you're thinking in your mind, well, I exercise a lot so I can eat kind of what I want, right? Like when I was 20. But that's not good for your health, because if you eat a bunch of junk food, as you know, your body can only take what you give it to make the cells. And it's either going to make good, new, healthy cells or it's not. So that's kind of the game plan you got to start with. They go with the flow. So if you miss a workout, you're not freaking out. And if you miss your workout time, you're not freaking out. Your whole world doesn't revolve around it. I struggle with that. I definitely do. So I'm a regimented person. I like routine, and I set my goals for the day. I don't like anything to be disrupted. So, that's something I've always struggled with too, is going with the flow. They know for a fact what they like. So like, I know I don't like running. I'll make myself do it periodically, but I like lifting weights. So I lean into that. Especially when life gets stressful, I'll stick with just the weights because it's something I enjoy. And then when I want to push myself to swim or to run or to do some of those other cardio fitness activities, then I'll do that. But more than anything, I really stick with what I like. So I always tell people, find what you like. If it's racquetball, cool, play racquetball 5 days a week. If it's pick up basketball, then go do that. If it gets your body moving, then go do it. But it's good to mix things up too, don't forget. So somebody that's got a good, healthy relationship with exercise, they'll mix up how they do things. You don't want to get stuck in a routine, because routines can cause you more trouble than it's worth, and they can be a little bit challenging. You do it on your terms. So it's not about what somebody else is doing. You actually do exercise on your terms, which is a big deal. And they always seek support. So you seek support from others, from accountability, from those that you believe in, that you kind of walk with. You get that encouragement from others. And then they do it for the mental benefits too. We know in study after study after study, stress and anxiety and depression, healthy exercisers feel all this. They have all these kind of symptoms, or they know the benefits come from that. So that's one big piece you want to look at, is the mental aspect, the endorphins that you get, the confidence that you get, the sense of accomplishment that you get. All of that comes from exercise. And if you have a healthy relationship, all these things, like all these factors play a role. And all these factors will make a final piece about how well your body's doing and how well you're going to progress. See, all that makes a big difference. Okay. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. You're listening to AsaRx. If you haven't got a free copy of the book, I encourage you, go to myfreehealthbook.com and you can pick up a copy of the book for free. We're giving it to you for free, the hardback copy. All you got to do is cover a little bit of the shipping, okay? A little shipping, handling fee, whatever. But we're doing that because we believe in you, okay? And we really want to help you get started on your health journey and to help you really get to that next level. I mean, it all starts with the daily steps, the baby steps every single day. It starts there. And until we get started with those steps and the way we think and the way we act and the way we treat ourselves, it all starts with that. So until you start there, nothing is going to change. Nothing will change unless you change. That's it. That's the absolute key, is to focus in on that. So we want to help you. Go to myfreehealthbook.com. If you haven't got the podcast, go there, subscribe to it, the AsaRx Experience. We'll be right back. Did you know that you can listen to the AsaRx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Connect with On Call Radio and watch On Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
Triple 888-283-7272. Welcome back to the show. This is AsaRx. You're with us. So glad you're here. This is the show that helps you live your potential and become the best version of you. I like that. Let's get over to the phones and talk to Alba. Hi, Alba.
Just wanted to check out the green tea because I'm tired some, and he said he just drinks it all the time, and I just wanted to see what kind of tea it is.
I do drink it all the time. And we here at my company drink green tea all the time. So I'll tell you, green tea is really good. The brand doesn't really matter, I guess is what I'm getting at. It's more about the organic versus non-organic. I really like the organic teas better. The loose leaf teas are great. They're really coming on board. You'll see in those at regular supermarkets instead of having to go to these specialty tea shops. Like, they're carrying it now, which is really cool. But you can get the metal little clasp where you can make your own tea. That's a great way to do it. I would encourage you, though, green tea, just make sure it's organic. You don't have to do the matcha green tea and all that. I mean, those are good and they're beneficial. You got all kinds of health benefits to it. But you don't have to just do that. I mean, you can really do well. Just getting green tea in on a regular basis is going to be helpful to your health overall. But be cautious a little bit too, because if you do have any form of autoimmune condition, sometimes green tea can aggravate that. So it can impact one of the arms that we have with immune system function. And if it affects that, that's where it becomes a challenge. So I would encourage you on that note to really, really look at it and kind of build from there. Okay. Because what you don't want to do, and this is, drinking green tea every day is much better, I think, than drinking coffee every day. But you also you don't want to be drinking something that could impact your health in the opposite direction, and it can. So some people can handle it well, and some people can't. Now, an option, if you can't, is white tea. White tea has a lot of the polyphenols, the antioxidants, and the benefits that green tea does. A lot of people don't know that, but it does. It's really good. Thanks for that call. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call. Listen, you can call us anytime. If you want it to be in private, you want me to answer in private, we can do that and not make it part of the show. We get lots of people that want that. So just let us know what you need help with, and we can help. If you haven't got to one of our lifestyle providers, these are healthcare providers in your area that believe just like we do, all the same nutrition and lifestyle planning that we talk about. So this is provider-guided, personalized nutrition. Okay, no more blind nutrition where you're just guessing. This is provider-guided, doctor-guided, personalized nutrition to help you itemize and figure out exactly where the deficiencies are in your body, what's weak, what's strong, why your body ever broke down in the first place. A lot of times when you have a lot of these metabolic conditions like cardiovascular disease, or if you have diabetes, or you're obese, or you have depression or arthritis, a lot of these things, if you back it up, if you back it up, then you'll see that a lot of the root cause of that is more nutritional deficiencies in nature. And that's usually the case. So coming up with a good regimented game plan for that is good. It all starts too. You can get a copy of our book. Go to myfreehealthbook.com and get a copy. We'll send it to you. Absolutely free. I'll pay for the book. I'll send it to you. Just cover a little bit of the shipping cost. Okay. You do that and we're good. And we'll help you get started with whatever you need, because your health's your greatest wealth. You know that, right? You know that nobody's going to take responsibility for your health but you. Nobody. So you have to take responsibility for your health. And if you do that, what's cool about it is you won't have to stay where you are. A lot of people get frustrated because they think they got to stay. You don't have to stay where you are. The body changes constantly. And you're constantly regenerating cells, which I think is amazing. So your body you had last year technically is not the same one you have this year. Sharon in Alberta, Canada says, my husband has a really bad issue with gout. What can I do to help it? All right, gout is no fun. So gout is one of those conditions that you really have to watch, because it sneaks up on you. Because if you're not doing blood tests to figure out if the body's not breaking things down with uric acid, which who does that? Who does a bunch of uric acid tests? Nobody. So if you could see the uric acid test, then it would show you that it's rising and you'd probably catch it early. But many times gout, you don't catch it till the symptoms are there. And then bam, your big toe hurts, your joint, your ankle swells, your wrist, elbow, and you're in like massive pain, right? So gout is nothing more than the body's inability to break down proteins. Purines, it doesn't break it down well. So what do? Well, first you got to look at how do you get the body to break it down? Things like apple cider vinegar are really good. Proteolytic enzymes are great, which you take away from meals, and protease, which helps to break down the proteins. These are all beneficial and can help out tremendously when it comes to this kind of condition. So it's a huge deal with gout. Now, the other thing too is cherry juice. This is one you don't want to forget. All right. Tart cherry juice is, in all the studies, really beneficial for gout. Matter of fact, you could do like 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons a day of the tart cherry juice, and that's going to help in a massive way create what you're looking for. Okay. It's great. Plus, it helps with sleep patterns and so many other things. But cherry juice is great for gout because it helps to get in and break up a lot of the purines. And you can do just a little shot, almost like a shot glass of it at night. I like to take it at night for bed because it's got natural melatonin in it, which puts you into a deeper stage of sleep. And that gets you into, of course, the better sleep you get, the deeper sleep you get, the better rested you're going to be for the next day. And the more your body can recover. But it's got components in it, in the cherry juice, that will support and build the joints. So it doesn't matter where the gout's attacking. Remember, it's not just gout, it's the absorption and the nutrition and the way that it's breaking the body, the way the enzymes are breaking down in the body. So you want to make sure that everything's working the way it needs to. Otherwise, it'll be a challenge. And that's where we need to start. We need to get that figured out more than anything else. So I would encourage you to look at that. Okay? Because cherry juice, tart cherry juice, not with a bunch of added sugar, but the tart cherry juice can be super helpful. Puts another hour in the charts. I want to thank our producers, Mr. Fig, also Derek Allen, and our chief engineer, John Garrison. And the rest of the team, go tell one person something you learned on the show. That's the key, is to tell somebody something you learned on the show. Together, we can transform the health of our friends, our families, and our communities. This is the show that helps you live your potential and become the best version of you. This is AsaRx.
Listen to the AsaRx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora. For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the AsaRx audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.